Good morning. Today is March the 24th, and last week the folks at MotiveWave released version 3.3.8, and you can always check your latest version by clicking About MotiveWave, but they released 3.3.8, and there was one very important and fantastic feature in there, and you can find it under the Config drop-down. Remember, I'm using a Mac. Now you'll find this repository. Now in the past, when MotiveWave loaded, it read its configuration file to set everything up in your console and all of your various windows. Frankly, I don't know where it got that information from, but it always loaded it faithfully. Now, this new feature, Repository, allows you to set either a local database, or what's even better is setting up those default files that MotiveWave is going to look for either in Dropbox or Google Drive. Those are the two cloud-based solutions that work right now. So I chose Dropbox. And if you do that, what's going to happen, here's my Dropbox files. It's going to create two folders for you called index and analyses, but it's going to place them in the root level of Dropbox. So I created a MotiveWave subdirectory first, and then I pointed to Dropbox MotiveWave. When I browsed, I just went to Dropbox, clicked the MotiveWave directory, and now my preferences, the Windows layouts, the watch list, scans, chart templates, and global alerts, and all my analyses are now backed up for me on MotiveWave. So now when I look at Dropbox and my MotiveWave subdirectory, there is my analyses files. I'm going to talk about that in a second, but here's all my config files. The beauty of this now is that if I'm using another computer with MotiveWave, all I have to do is in that instance of MotiveWave, go to the repository and point to this same repository in the cloud, and now when the MotiveWave launches on the second computer, it's going to pull up exactly the same configurations that I had on my other computer. So now it's no longer required to do the tedious file backup and then restore onto a different computer. That's not necessary. However, I will encourage people from time to time to still click on Configure, Save Configuration, and that will save your complete configuration in the file that we're used to, which is of this format here. This is the name of my computer, new 21, and this is the configuration that I saved this morning at 9:15. So save those configurations from time to time. Now let's look at what's actually stored in the repository. Let's go to Dropbox. Let's go to the MotiveWave subdirectory. And my configuration files are there, and all of my analyses files are there, including the different analyses that I made for each different stock symbol. Now I can share those with people. I can email any of these analyses to other MotiveWave users, and they can load it onto their system. So those are very, very powerful features that have been added to 3.3.8. I'd encourage you to play around with them. If you have any questions, leave the questions here in the comments section of YouTube, and I'll get back to you.